Oh, well, that's lovely. We have runaway military horses racing through London, with one having blood all over him, and that was the white horse. Oh, and this happens at the same time that Big Ben's hands freeze at 9 a.m. for more than an hour before famous clock sounds the wrong number of bongs. Now, you may be asking, how many bongs did it make? Oh, it made 11 chimes. So it freezes at 9 a.m. and then it bongs 11 times. Some 9/11 symbolism going on. Boy, is the symbolism off the charts. Now, this could all be a coincidence and mean absolutely nothing, or it could be symbolic of the times that we are in and the things coming forth. Because many people believe that we are at the cuffs of the Great Tribulation, where the seals will be broken and the horses shall be released. Two of those horses being a pale horse and a black horse. But hey, again, this could all just be a coincidence. Hey, don't allow this to scare you or to cause fear. We have the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords on our side. So go share the gospel with somebody today. Go love on somebody. Draw closer to the Lord, for the times are drawing near. With that, guys, I love you all so much. God bless. And remember, the just shall live by faith.
He'd been thrown from a horse at around 8:30.
No going back.
Mark my words, love will make you levitate like a bird without decay. Down to earth.
These horses were suddenly seen galloping in central London. Now, London Ambulance Service say they first had a call about someone who'd been injured, who'd been thrown from a horse at around 8:30 this morning. 8:30 this morning.
So something has came across my attention about the solar eclipse, and I don't think y'all know how biblical it's finna get. Yeah, let's turn to Matthew 16. Ye cannot discern the signs of the time? The wicked generation and adulteress seeketh a sign, but there will be no signs given, but the sign of the prophet Jonah. And for those who don't know who the prophet Jonah is, you about to find out. See, Jonah was on an assignment to go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it. Yeah, because it had became wicked before the Most High. No, Jonah didn't listen to the Most High. He would have much rather seen them get turned to Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. And then Jonah finally obeyed the Most High. He went to the city of Nineveh and told them, you got 40 days to repent before the Most High come and set it off. And apparently the people in Nineveh, they got some act right and turned from their evil and violent ways. The Most High was like, cool, it's no more smoke. And we just read the only sign that the wicked generation would get is the signs of the prophet Jonah, right? What a coinkydink. Now pay attention to the trajectory and look at the cities that it's going over. Y'all see that, right? Nineveh, Jonah. It will be like the days of Noah, the ark. I got the message. Turn from y'all wicked ways and talk to the Most High. Because if not, he gonna set it off. Now let me know in the comments though, it's the signing. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube and share this video to somebody that does not know.
Sennacherib's house, so I think this is like 2 or 3 generations after Sennacherib, but I mean, this was his house, this were the pictographs, and I mean, their entire empire was built upon, look at how we have slaughtered the Jews. So he shows up and he goes in there. Now, he picks up his old prophetic finger and points it directly at him and says, you got 40 days. The clock is ticking. Now, what was going on inside was very dramatic, but what was going on outside was just as dramatic because the sun went dark. So it's like, wow. Now, so that means that whenever the sign of Jonah actually shows up, it means a clock is ticking. But the one back in Jonah's day was actually 40 days. So 40 days from Elul the 1st is Judgment Day. 40 days, it's Yom Kippur. And that was, the great Assyrian eclipse happened on the 1st of Elul. Now let's just go way off into the future, which is a little bit recently, last week. The second great American eclipse took place here. It happened on April the 8th, 2 or 3 days after there was a 4.8 earthquake in New York City. Okay, 4.8. So this happened on 4/8. Right? God Almighty's like, the heavens are being shaken and the earth is being shaken. And according to Joel chapter 3, that is the voice of God. When the earth is shaken and whenever the heavens are shaken, it's because God is indeed speaking. So this thing enters in at Eagle Pass, Texas. It exits out in Maine. And y'all, it goes over 7 different cities called Nineveh. Now, I've had a lot of criticism saying, no, it doesn't actually in totality. That's absolutely true because there's several of them. There's actually one that is only 85%. Dude, if you were taking a test and you made an 85 on it, would that be a pass or not? Here's what's real is people are demanding an additional sign. And that's exactly who Jesus was talking to. He says there will be no additional sign given to you except for that of Jonah the prophet. So it goes over Nineveh, 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 Nineveh. So what happened?
In America. These are cities called Nineveh.
Yes.
In America. Just to be clear with our audience. It went by Nineveh, this state.
That's
right.
exactly right.
Okay.
Nineveh, Texas, after going over Jonah, Texas. Okay, imagine the precision that when God created the universe, no telling how long ago, that when he did, he knew where those cities would be in this day so that the shadow would go exactly across it.
That's amazing.
That's a word for this day.
Amen.
That's incredible. On the 4th day of Genesis 1:14, God created the heavens and the earth, the sun and the moon and stars, and then it says he created them for signs, seasons, days, and years. Can you imagine the precision of that? That shadow would go across 7 cities called Nineveh. Well, if we understand that this is the sign of Jonah the prophet, then we understand that the clock is ticking.
I couldn't sleep last night, so I found myself up at 2 a.m. looking at this future map of North America. It was created in 1992 by this guy named Gordon Michael Scallion. He started receiving visions in 1979 of what the world would come to look like after Earth's magnetic poles shifted. This is just North America. He drew the entire world, and he broke down what would happen to each continent. And he broke down what the early warning signs for this global shift would be. You may have seen this map before. In 2017, Forbes published a version of it called the Doomsday Map, and it depicted where all billionaires were buying up land. But here's the thing about it. The reason this happens is because of a pole reversal. Now that sounds far-fetched, like that's never going to happen. But look, exactly what Gordon was predicting would cause this global shakeup is exactly what's happening right now. Earth's magnetic field is overdue for a flip. It has happened 17 times in the last 71 million years. It will happen again. It does not take place all at once. They are spread out over 1,000 to 10,000 years. Right now, since the 1990s, our South Pole has moved 15 kilometers towards Siberia. That small amount of movement could signify that the poles are getting ready to reverse like they have in the past. Exactly what Gordon had visions of in 1979 when he started drawing these maps. And again, he drew the entire world, so if you want to see the rest of it, let me know. But let me tell you, at 2 a.m. reading this shit,
Did you know that the Bible talks about 4 horsemen that'll come during the apocalypse? First horse the Bible talks about is the white horse of the apocalypse, and it is commonly referred to as the horse that'll bring in the Antichrist as he carries a bow and he conquers. The second horse is the red horse. Many interpret this red horse to be war on a massive scale. The third horse is a black horse, and its rider is noted as carrying scales. And its interpretation is that this rider is a merchant, as the price of bread will cost an entire day's wage during the apocalypse. The last horse is a pale horse, and it's the only rider who has a name, and the name of the person riding the horse is Death himself. A quarter of the earth will die according to the Bible. If you know Jesus is coming to take you home before the apocalypse, I want you to comment, "I love Jesus," and follow or subscribe to this page right now.
If you don't think symbolism is real, look at what just took place during the opening ceremonies for the Olympics. Here we saw a hidden cloaked figure riding on a horse. Behind him, what would seem totally abnormal is a pair of wings. What do we know about Lucifer and his fall? Well, he was a fallen angel, and 1/3 of the angels rebelled and fell with him. Revelation 6 mentions the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. One references to a white horse as well as a pale horse. So I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him. In Revelation 6, we're told of the beast that rides the white horse. In Revelation 13:3, it tells us, and all the world marveled and followed the beast. And what do we see here? That same cloaked figure riding a white horse. What's behind him? All the nations of the world following after him. This stuff isn't a coincidence. The imagery suggests that it's pointing exactly to the beast or the Antichrist of the book of Revelation.
Here's my simplest explanation of the book of Revelation, especially the first 4 horses of the apocalypse. The question is, why these 4? Why these colors? There is information contained in the colors. God is not trying to confuse us, and He's not just throwing colors out there. There must be a rational justification for why He picked these 4. Take a look at your screen. What do you see? Here's the symbol, the national symbol of next door neighbor to Israel, Jordan. What colors do you see? Can you help me here? White, red, black, and green. And then if you go next door, inside the territory of Israel, there is the Palestinian, symbolized by that flag. What colors do you see on the national flag of Sudan? Let's go to Kuwait. Let's go to the United Arab Emirates. What colors do you see? All right, well, let's just go to Libya because it could just be coincidence here. Okay, let's go to Afghanistan. What do you see? Let's go to Syria. What do you see? Let's go to Iraq. What do you see? I wonder if God has successfully communicated something.